It is the first day of school and back to the grind for Jess, whose only consolation is that the first race of the year will take place that afternoon. He comes to class to find that Leslie is in his class as well. Already she is a target for malicious taunting, since she has come in cutoffs and a t-shirt, apparently not realizing, or else not caring, that the rest of the students show up for the first day of school in their Sunday best. Jess lives through the morning in a fever of anticipation, waiting for the races at recess. After a morning's worth of endurance of typical teacher irritability and peer annoyances, recess begins and the races are about to start. Jess is watching quietly as Gary Fulcher bosses everyone around when Leslie comes up to stand beside him. Gary begins to get too high-handed, running the races autocratically and unfairly, so Jess stands up to him, demanding that two boys who tied in their heat both be allowed to run in the finals. Gary, angered, derisively suggests that perhaps Jess wants to let a girl run. Jess agrees and tells her she can run in his heat. When the race begins, Jess is supremely confident and proud of the speed he's gained over the summer. He imagines everyone is watching in awe, noticing how much he has improved, but all of a sudden he senses a figure drawing close to him, then ahead of him. As the figure pulls across the finish line, he can see that it is Leslie. Gary wants to kick Leslie out of the race now that she has had her chance and run in her heat, but she demands to run in the finals. Jess backs her up, despite his humiliation and disappointment, by challenging Gary and asking if he's scared to race her. Gary reluctantly agrees to let her race, and she wins the finals as well. After the race, Leslie tries to befriend him, telling him he's the only kid in this darn school worth shooting, but he brushes her off brusquely, telling her, "So shoot me." He continues to avoid her throughout the day, and when he sees her running toward her home after school, in her graceful, rhythmic run, he shrugs off the admiration which wells up within him and turns homeward. The theme of Leslie's androgyny, or rather, of her transcendence of gender limitations, is developed more fully here. She wins the race and demonstrates that she can outrun all the boys in the school. She has crossed over to the boys' side of the playground, which is taboo in Lark Creek Elementary. Symptomatic of the authorities' insistence on gender division, Gary warns her to get back over to the girls' side before a teacher catches her, but she ignores him and continues to break gender barriers.